Close your eyes and imagine a version of you that is 80 years old. You're sitting in a rocking chair, looking at your hands. You realize that you spent your entire life in a waiting room. You were waiting for the perfect moment, waiting to feel ready, or waiting for someone to walk through the door and tell you that it was finally your turn to be great. But that person never came. And now, the clock has run out. For most people, this isn't a scary story, it's the script of their actual lives. I spent 35 years in that room. I was ambitious but lazy. I had a brain full of billion-dollar ideas and a body that couldn't stop scrolling through TikTok. I felt like a ghost. Someone who could see the world and want things from it, but couldn't actually touch it or change it. If you've ever felt like you're meant for more, but you can't even make yourself clean your room, this video is for you. You aren't a bad person. You aren't stupid. You are just running outdated software. Your brain is still using a survival program from the Stone Age, and you're trying to use it to build a modern life. It's like trying to play a high-def video game on a toaster. It's going to crash every single time. Today, we are deleting the old code. I am sharing the 10 lessons that took me 3.5 decades to learn. The ones that finally let me walk out of that waiting room and into the real world. If you skip this, you might spend the next 20 years trying to find the exit. If you stay, I'll show you where the key is hidden. Chapter 1. The Invisible Monster, the Psychology of Inaction. Before we get to the lessons, we have to talk about the monster in your head. Why do you wake up with a plan and end the day with a headache and a sense of guilt? Your brain has two parts. One part is the captain. The captain wants the big house, the healthy body, and the successful business. But the other part is the caveman. The caveman only cares about three things. Is it scary? Is it hard? Can I eat it? When the captain says, "Let's start that business today," the caveman screams, "No, that's scary. We might fail. Stay on the couch and eat chips. It's safe here." Because the caveman is older and louder, he usually wins. This isn't laziness, it's survival mode. Your brain thinks that trying something new is the same thing as being hunted by a tiger. It's trying to protect you from the pain of effort. But in the modern world, the couch is the tiger. Comfort is the thing that's actually killing you. To win, you have to stop trying to kill the caveman and start outsmarting him. Here is how. Lesson 1, the magic glasses. Imagine you go through life wearing bright blue glasses. Everything you look at, the trees, the cars, the people, will look blue. If someone tells you the grass is green, you'll think they're lying because you see blue. Your mindset is your set of glasses. If you wear "I'm not good enough" glasses, your brain will ignore every opportunity and only show you proof that you're a failure. If a friend compliments you, you'll think they're just being nice. If you see a job opening, you'll think, "I'll never get that." You have to realize that the world isn't blue or gray, it's whatever color your glasses are. Successful people don't have luck, they just wear opportunity glasses. They see a mistake and call it training. They see a rejection and call it data. The 5-year-old logic: if you think you're a superhero, you'll try to fly. If you think you're a rock, you'll just sit there. Stop being a rock. Lesson 2. The hero is a no-show responsibility. When I was younger, I used to look at the door every time it opened, secretly hoping a mentor would walk in, see my potential, and hand me a map to success. I waited for a lucky break. Here is the hard truth that hurts. No one is coming to save you. Your parents are busy. Your friends are fighting their own monsters. The government doesn't know you exist. You are the only person who is 100% invested in your dreams. If you don't do the work doesn't get done. Taking full responsibility sounds heavy, like a backpack full of rocks, but it's actually the most freeing feeling in the world. Because if it's your fault that your life is messy, it means you are the only one who has the power to clean it up. You don't need anyone's permission to be great. Lesson 3. The fair weather friend. Motivation is like a friend who only hangs out with you when you're rich and the sun is shining. The moment you get tired or the newness of a project wears off, motivation disappears. If you only work when you feel like it, you will only work about 10 days a year. Discipline is the grumpy old dog. who stays by your side even in a thunderstorm. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're bored. Discipline says, we made a promise to ourselves, and we are keeping it. The story, building a life, is like building a campfire. Motivation is the match. It's a bright flash that burns out in seconds. Discipline is the heavy logs. It takes longer to catch fire, but it's the only thing that will keep you warm all night. Lesson 4. The 1% magic trick. We are obsessed with the big win. We want the viral video, the overnight success, the 20-lb weight loss in a week. But life isn't a movie with a 2-minute training montage. Imagine you have a giant ice cube in a room that is 20 degrees. You turn the heat up to 21 degrees. Nothing happens. 22, 23, 24, nothing. You feel like you're wasting your time. But then, you hit 32 degrees. Suddenly, the ice starts to melt. Did the melt happen because of the jump from 31 to 32? No. It happened because of all the work you did when it felt like nothing was changing. If you get 1% better every day, you don't just get 365% better in a year. Because of compound interest, you actually become 37 times better. Read 5 pages. Do 10 squats. Write 1 paragraph. It's better to do a little every day than everything for 1 day and then quit. Lesson 5. The game over screen. Why are we so scared of failing? When you play a video game and your character falls into a pit, do you throw the controller and say, I am a terrible person and I don't deserve to play games? No. You look at the screen and think, okay, there's a pit there. Next time I'll jump earlier. Failure is just a data point. It's a sign that you are actually playing the game. The only people who never fail are the ones who never leave the start menu. If you aren't failing, you aren't growing. Failure is the price of admission for a great life. The 5-year-old logic, falling down is just the way your legs learn how to stand up straighter. Lesson 6. The invisible train tracks. You don't decide your future. You decide your habits, and your habits decide your future. Think of your daily routine as train tracks. Once you lay them down, the train is going to follow them automatically. If your tracks lead to junk food and procrastination, you can scream that you want to go to Success City all you want. The train is going where the tracks go. Look at your last 24 hours. If you repeated today every single day for the next 10 years, where would you end up? If you don't like the destination, you have to get out of the train and start moving the tracks. 1 habit at a time. Lesson 7. The crab bucket. Have you ever heard of crab mentality? If you put 1 crab in a bucket, it will climb out easily. But if you put 10 crabs in a bucket and 1 tries to climb out, the others will reach up and pull it back down so it can't escape. People are the same way. If you start trying to change, your average friends might make fun of you or tell you it won't work. They aren't trying to be mean, they're just scared that if you leave the bucket, they'll be left behind. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you hang out with 5 complainers, you'll be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 gym goers, you'll be the 6th. Audit your circle. Sometimes, to move forward, you have to leave the bucket. Lesson 8. The Spaceship Fuel Health. You are a biological machine. If you had a $5 million Ferrari, would you put cheap, dirty gas in it? Would you leave it out in the rain and never change the oil? Your body is worth way more than a Ferrari. You can't build a kingdom if the king is too tired to get out of bed. Sleep is your brain's cleaning crew. Food is your fuel. Movement is your maintenance. If you treat your body like trash, your brain will produce trash thoughts. Take care of the machine, and the machine will take care of the dreams. Lesson 9. The hammer. Money is a tool, not a trophy. If you have a hammer, you don't sit on the floor and worship the hammer. You use it to build a house. Stop chasing money just to have a big number in a bank account. Chase freedom. Money is only useful because it lets you say no to things you hate and yes to things you love. It buys you time. Use it to buy experiences, to help people, and to build a life where you don't have to check your watch every 5 minutes. Lesson 10. The someday trap. Now, someday is a dangerous island where dreams go to die. I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I'm not so busy. I'll start on Monday. The perfect time is a mythical creature. like a unicorn. It doesn't exist. The only time that actually exists is now. Take messy action. Do it poorly. Do it while you're scared. Do it while you're confused. You can't steer a car that isn't moving. Once you start rolling, you can adjust the wheel. But if you stay parked, you're just a heavy piece of metal sitting in a driveway. Conclusion: the choice. You have reached the end of this video. You now have two paths in front of you. Path A, you close this tab, you feel motivated for 10 minutes, and then you go right back to the waiting room. You spend the next 10 years wondering why nothing changed. Path B, you realize that the captain is in charge now. You pick one lesson from this list, just one, and you do something about it in the next 60 seconds. Delete a distracting app. Drink a glass of water. Write down your #1 goal. The ghost of your potential is watching you. He wants to know if you're finally ready to let him live. I wasted 35 years. You don't have to. Go out there and start building. Your future self is already waiting for you, and they're hoping you have the courage to show up. If you're choosing Path B, comment "The Captain is here" below. I'll see you in the next one.